Iglesia La Luz del Mundo, LLDM, the Church of the Light of the World. Who are these people? Why are they important? Are they helpful in our community? Today I'll tell you the story of the Church of the Light of the World and what part they play in our community and how hard it was for them to get to the place where they are today. Today I'll tell you the story of the Light of the World. The church had its beginnings in 1926, just as Mexico plunged into violent struggle between the anti-Salerico government and the Catholic rebels. The conflict centered in the west central states like Jalisco, where Gonzalez focused his missionary efforts. Given the environment of the time, La Luz del Mundo remained a small missionary endeavor until 1935, when it built its first temple. Thereafter, the church continued to grow and expand, interrupted only by the eternal schism in 1942. In 1942, an estimated amount, about 250 members of the church, had left. This incident started happening right after Joaquin's birthday, in which members of the church started giving him gifts and flowers in recognition and honor of his birthday. A very heated debate was made after this incident. Joaquin was being accused of taking an enrichment of all the presents and honors that they were giving him on his birthday, and accused him for taking advantage of the members. It didn't take long till other religions that were against the light of the world to start making fake accusations against the church, like doing immoralities with young ladies and abusing women. Some of the accusation even got to the point of a goal to destroy temples of the light of the world. Yet members of the light of the world had the faith that things would get better and that if they kept on doing good, people would see the good. Soon the sad period was over. The community included most necessities services provided in the Mosa Provincia included health, education, other urban services, which were provided in full after 6 years partly. Mosa Provincia received a white flag from the city for being the only neighborhood in the city that has eliminated illiteracy by the early 1970s. Joaquin started missionary efforts in Central America, and by the early 1960s, La Luz del Mundo has 64 congregations. By 1964, after his death, the church had between 20,000 to 30,000 members, spread through 5 countries, including Mexico. The neighborhood became a standard model for the church, which had replicated in its many cities in Mexico and other countries. Samuel Joaquin Flores was born on February 14, 1937, and became the leader of the church by the age of 27 after the death of his father. He continued the idea, like his father, for international expansion and going out of Mexico. By 1970, the church had expanded to Costa Rica, Colombia, and Guatemala. The first small temple in the Mosa Provincia was demolished and replaced by a larger one in 1967, which Samuel Joaquin worked. La Luz del Mundo became integrated into Guadalajara, and the church replicated the model of the Mosa Provincia in many cities in Mexico and abroad. By 1972, there was approximately 72,000 members of the church, which increased to 1.5 million by 1986 and to 4 million by 1993. On December 14, 2014, Gastón Joaquín García became the international leader of the Light of the World after his father's death. And now he brings consolation and inspirations for new projects for the Church of the Light of the World. The Church of the Light of the World in the community. This church always seeks the opportunity to help out in the community. There is no job too big, for they are always gladly working in our community. The Church of the Light of the World has their own special group designed for women who are in medical needs or other women that are being abused by their husband. This group teaches them to seek help whenever these situations were to happen. The Church of the Light of the World has a special importance towards natural disasters. They try their best to take all the necessities that a human needs to be able to survive after these disasters. They take water, food, clothing, and anything else that is maybe needed. This church always seeks the opportunity to include the youth into these projects to be able to help out in the community. Church of the Light of the World is international. Today you can find them in 55 nations, and they know so many languages. They even have sign language. The Church of the Light of the World has a great work when it comes to architectural structures. For example, the Tower of Faith, the temple in Mexico, a beautiful province. The Church of the Light of the World takes a significant importance towards health, so they have constructed their own hospital. If you go to Mexico, you would find the statue of the leader Samuel, for he was the one that inspired them to build it. The Church of the Light of the World is very interested in social media. They are connected with Berea International, who programs all these languages to be able to record and show the world what the Light of the World is. They also have their own televised show called LLDM News. They also have press conferences in which they talk about the church. They even have their own radio station in where they put hymns from the church. Education is a priority point for the church. They have built schools and inspire students to graduate and have a career in a profession so they can be helpful for the church at the same time. Well, that's just a small bit of what the Light of the World is and what it has become. I hope you have understood our story, for I am also the Light of the World, and I'm a very proud member of this church. And I hope you like to hear more of our story. Thank you, and may God bless you.